Well, it's time to try hard another casual clicker game, and he looks really excited about that. One butterfly equals $1, which means I've unlocked carrots for $3. And then I accidentally plant those there while trying to put my menu away. And then we get to harvest the patch of carrots for $4 whole, which is pretty cool because the next patch costs $6. We're gonna put those over there to make him do as much walking as possible. And level 2 is celebrated with a blueberry. Okay, that means for $9 I can unlock a blueberry tree. And I just hit a mole with a hammer and now I have the money I need for this tree. So we're gonna put that right there. All the way up to $8 whole with 1 blueberry bush and 2 carrot patches. Oh, I bet I can hit this with a hammer. And the blueberries fall to the ground for $1 each. $20 whole already, plus a mole. So that means we're gonna buy another blueberry tree and another carrot patch while we're at it. That way this idiot's working as hard as possible. The more crap we have, the more money we're gonna make, and I think we unlocked apple trees. What is... Oh, okay, we have a helper now, a second helper. As amusing as I find it that he would be doing all the work by himself, I do kind of want to make some profit. And the best way to do that is more workers. I just hope they don't expect to be getting paid. Either way, they're not getting paid. We're going to do some more carrots right here for quick money. I really want to see how much money we make from some of these high tier trees. This is just an apple tree we can't even afford yet. And there's still 4 levels beyond that, let alone whatever these ones are. We're up to $34, so that means a big apple tree. We're going to put that way over here to the left. Now we just sit back and let the profit roll in, but I'm also going to help a little bit because these guys are really slow while hitting every piece of wildlife that comes near my stuff. At level 4, it looks like we get some kind of chickens. What I didn't want was more things to take care of, but hopefully they make me some money in some way, and our first apples are done. We get lots of apples off the apple tree. We broke $50 for the first time. The chicken laid an egg, that's worth 3 all by itself. I don't really know what else to be buying right now. I don't want to plant any low tier things, only to have them take up room for high tier things later. I've been spending so much time guarding my crops that we're up to $120 and I didn't even notice. So I'm going to wait this level out. I'm going to try and get up to $150, $200, whatever it is, and we'll see what we unlock. I officially hit level 5. It didn't say I unlocked anything, but I did in fact unlock whatever these are. These are going to go here. And there's a ladybug for 50. And I can buy a scarecrow for 250, which I assume keeps the birds away. But that's for when I'm not playing. And I plan on being here driving these guys to make me as much money as possible. Profit is definitely speeding up. We're up to $420 already, soon to be $500. And we got a third weirdo. We also unlocked, I think a strawberry bush. I'm going to put one of those there because I do want a little bit more profit. These guys are worth 2, so they're definitely double the carrots. And there's a ladybug sneaking in. The strawberries are also worth 2, so they're worth twice as much as the blueberries. There's so many things to be clicking on at any one time. It's actually kind of stressful. Maybe what I want are more chickens. How many of these can I buy? Apparently this many. Those should make me a little bit of money. They're definitely spitting out eggs at what seems to be almost a constant rate. And they're worth $3 each, so that's going to add up quick. There's level 7. We're back up to $200. We unlocked a new kind of tree. Whatever that is, looks like pears. We'll take one of those. It produces 5 pears. They're worth $2 each. The profit is higher than ever, but still not anywhere near good enough. We can do better. Now, this is probably going to sound stupid because it is, but I just realized I have a trash can here, so I think I can actually remove some of the things I don't want anymore. But it's better that I realize that now instead of later on, because I can still fill all these things with cheap profit for now and upgrade them later, or rather replace them with better things. So let's see what level 8 came with. We get pigs now. We're not allowed to have any pigs because we're maxed out on the birds, so we're going to delete some of these. In fact, we're just going to delete all of these. That's not true. We're going to delete them a few at a time because I want to be able to be sure we're able to afford all of the pigs before replacing them with chickens. Okay, pigs can produce different things. Apparently they can lay golden eggs for $15, not unlike in real life. They do get expensive fast. The next pig is going to cost $550, but depending on what kind of stuff they're finding me, they'll make that back pretty quickly. While I'm at it, I'm also going to plant the rest of my bushes now that I learned how to delete them, and also a few of the pear trees. Now we're making some more money. You know what? This is also kind of stupid. I don't know why I'm keeping any carrot patches around. I should be turning those into better things. And wisely, as soon as I got rid of all my carrots, we've unlocked pumpkins. But pumpkins are going to give me 6 coins each, or 12 per patch, which is 3 times as much as the carrots were. The pumpkins are also great because there are far less things to click on and manage. I would leave it up to these idiots, but would you trust these idiots? And just with a few more collections, we will then have our final patch of pumpkins, which means more profit than ever before. Level 10 has rewarded me with whatever these things are. Tomatoes for 3 coins each. They definitely cost some extra money to lay down. The 4th one is going to cost $584, but I'm sure that's going to be worth it. And we can finally afford the final pig, so we're going to get rid of that chicken and then replace it with a $550 pig. Actually, we can still get more, but it's going to be $1,000. But pretty soon that'll feel like easy money. money. And I think it's about time we expanded also. We're going to buy the expansion for $500 plus an extra weirdo. Plus we just unlocked the orange tree. Those are worth $3 per orange. We're going to put one of those up straight away. Well, then selling my basic tree over here and replacing that with an orange tree as well. $500, but it's got to be worth it. And one of these guys, if I use my auto clicker on him, I get lots of money. Then we follow him all the way across, and there we go, easy. And I accidentally bought the expansion also. But at least every expansion comes with a blue weirdo. And the more of those I have, the more money I'm going to make. Because they're already pretty busy making quite a bit of money. And I didn't really realize I had extra patches over here to the side that I could have been using this entire time. So once we fill up more of these areas, we'll be making tons more money. Even if I just fill them with tier 2 bushes for now and tier 2 everythings. Because I might as well have something in those spaces. Any profit is worth more than no profit. I see a golden egg there and a ladybug. That was pretty profitable. But also we've unlocked sheep now. Sheep are going to give us 9 coins per wool. They're also going to be pretty expensive considering the second one is going to cost almost $500. I think for the first time my land is completely filled out because I just bought an orange tree I'd forgotten about for a while. So we're making pretty good money. But we're also having these big wolves and stuff show up, so things are getting a little more difficult. But that's okay. They can take a few things because I'm still making tons of money overall. And then I think I want to expand my land to that side for $1,125. Because then I can fill it with some of my newest crops, radishes. Those are worth $4 each. There's so much going on here in the middle now, like I actually can't really tell what they're even picking up anymore. I know if I start clicking, I make lots of money. We're almost up to $1,000 already. And I've once again filled out both sides. Had to use something basically like an apple over here for now, just because I want some kind of profit out of that space. And there's the money we need for another sheep. Could probably squeeze a few more of those in, but for $1,600 each, that's gonna take a minute. But I also couldn't help but notice the next fertilizer upgrade only cost $10,000. Considering the first one cost $5,000 and we're making double the money since then, why wouldn't I just do that? Now we're making 3 times the money for every single thing, so a single orange is now worth 9 coins. And it is clicked on a ladybug for almost $500. We also unlocked the cherry tree, so I'm going to get rid of some of these pear trees and replace them with cherry. But then also, since the price of the upgrade just keeps doubling but makes us essentially more money, I'm going to get at least one more of those. But not before replacing at least a few of our bushes with these guys. That's going to get expensive, but that's going to make the money back in no time. While I was waiting to save up some money, I realized I'm missing a lot of animals still. It's pretty obvious when you're missing a tree, but it's hard to see an animal when they're not there. But that unlocked cows, their milk is worth $45 each. That's compared to the sheep that are worth $27. And we're out of room for animals now because I just filled them up, but that means we can sell some pigs. Let's start with 3 of these big guys and see how expensive they're gonna get. Yeah, we can't even afford the third one yet. But it's really only gonna take a moment to save up the money we need, because now we're up to $3,200. More than enough. While we're waiting, let's expand the farm one more time because we get another idiot anyway, and that's pretty helpful. But from now on, I'm only gonna fill the new spaces with the best available stuff. So that's gonna be pretty expensive by itself. I didn't really think this through, but there's a cherry tree. But the cherry tree does make $60 per cycle, and it does that fairly often, so it'll make its money back in no time. Our little knight is now blazing through. We're getting $48 per click on him, and we're getting a lot of clicks on him. That helped us reach level 17, so we can now make the top tier, whatever these are, cabbage for $30 each. So it looks like after we pop this ladybug for $500, we're gonna have to start eliminating some pumpkins. Thanks to all these guys' hard work, we are up to $30,000 again, which means we get an upgrade to profits again. It's going to take us from ×3 multiplier to ×4. So a single cherry from a cherry tree is now worth 16. And then while we're at it, let's get rid of some of these low tier crops and replace them with some of the cabbage. It's worth so much. All while we hit level 18, which has unlocked us eggplant, worth 20 coins per eggplant. We definitely have a few old bushes to sell here, so that's an easy replacement. 750 plus 14, the next one's going to cost 3 grand. And the next one after that, 5 grand. But we can actually make that pretty quickly, especially if I use an auto clicker. All I gotta do is kind of go in circles around the screen, and before you know it, we'll be there. We're already at $4,000. And then I'm gonna try and get rid of any of my lower tier stuff and upgrade it to at least tier 4, if not tier 5. I only have 1 bad tree left. The others are all pretty high tiered. Now that our operation's looking like this, we sit back and wait for just a little while, then we'll spend all our money on more profit. Would you look at that? Another $41,000 earned, and that means our next upgrade here. So we're gonna go from ×4 profits to ×5. Next upgrades, getting expensive, 80,000. But after giving it the cherry test, an individual cherry gets us $20. Plus we unlocked a new kind of tree, the lemon tree, $25 per lemon, and I hear a knight. I better get on clicking him right away. So the lemon tree makes 25% more than the cherry tree does. And now that our profit is as high as it is with some of the new trees, we're gonna wait just a little bit for more upgrades. And luckily for you guys, you don't really have to see the waiting part very much. But I do think we should buy at least 2 more of the purple bushes, because the third one after that would cost $33,000 all by itself, and that's kind of hard to justify right now. We are making money pretty quick, but I still need to be at least a little bit smart with what I spend my money on. And that's always a bit of a struggle. You'll probably also be maximizing our cows, but then again, we literally just unlocked horses. So let's see what these are all about. They find horseshoes that are worth up to 150. Well, it should go without saying that we're going to buy a lot of horses right now. We're going to sell a lot of pigs in the meantime because they're pretty useless these days. But once the pigs have been eliminated, we're going to start on the sheep. And the horse is actually the last thing we're going to unlock, at least for now, so I'm going to buy as many of those because I assume they're going to be the most profitable of anything. So at this point, we once again wait and watch that profit roll, but we're making like $1,000 every few seconds without me doing anything at all. A few quick minutes later, and we've saved up over $100,000 for the first time. And by the time I've even started to begin to think about what to do with that money, we're at almost $110,000, so we're going to expand our board. It's only $2,500 plus a weirdo. And that can't even really get us that much. The $100,000, we can get like one bush, and maybe one of these for $32,000. And then, okay, we apparently didn't get space for a new tree, but we probably got space for an animal. So there's another horse. That was $100,000 for 3 little upgrades. And when you buy the land expansion, it applies to both sides. So we've got some bushes to plant on this side still, but I've just got to wait for these idiots to harvest me enough stuff to make it viable. And I just hit level 22. It showed me the picture of a blueberry. I'm not really sure what the blueberry means, but there was a picture of a blueberry. And just like that, we've saved up another $80,000. So that means we're going to upgrade our profits for everything. The next upgrade for that is going to be $160,000, but cherries are now worth $24. And I hear my little weirdo, so we need to auto click the life out of him for a sec because he's getting me $132 per click. But also, we shouldn't have any orange trees left as we hit level 23, so I'm going to get rid of some of the orange trees and replace them with cherry trees or lemons. So between all of our tree upgrades and our multipliers, we're making $1,000. Yeah, it doesn't take very long at all. Every few seconds, and I don't have to do a single thing. I wonder how many upgrades outwards we're even allowed to buy. This one's cost $5,000. The next one's going to cost $8,000. We're going to see how big we can go, because even if I get some really cheap stuff on the outside, that'll still make us extra money, especially with all of our multipliers. So how much land and or weirdos can we buy for $70,000? We get 1 upgrade, 2 upgrades, 3 upgrades, 4, and that's it. 4 upgrades, but that actually gives us a lot of room on either side. So I'm going to save up just a little bit of money. We'll buy some really stupidly expensive things for both sides. Well, we have $50,000. That's going to be a pretty decent amount to start with. I think we're going to start with tier 3 things for now because they're still reasonably cheap. So we're going to get 2 sheeps, and then we're definitely going back to tier 3 trees because for now they're reasonably cheap, but those are going to add up because we got a lot to buy. And I'm out of money, and we couldn't even buy enough trees to cover the land we have. And I haven't even started any of the bushes, let alone the crops in the ground, but we can still buy some cheap ones for now. These will just make us a ton of money anyway. Even working my way backwards, we just bought basically tier 2 bushes. I can afford not great crops. I have $5,000 left, but the pumpkins are making a comeback, and here's my clicky guy, so I gotta focus on this. But the best part about having all this extra land is this guy has to run like 80 miles across my land. And we get extra clicks for that. And thanks to him, we can buy 1 extra cabbage patch to round it out for $55,000. So now the farm is completely full up to its current capacity. We just broke $8,000. There's $8,700 and $9,000. So we're making like $1,000 every 2 seconds. So then what do we spend this next $100,000 on? And how much is a ladybug worth? $1,560 for a single ladybug. And I hear my favorite guy ever. He's going to give me a ton of money because I got to chase him all the way across my ground. I know we had $100,000 a minute ago, but we're now up to over 160,000. So logically, let's expand the land one more time, $43,000 to that, plus a weirdo. The next one on top of that would be $64,000. We're going to hold off on that for just a minute, simply because things are really expensive as it is. If I want a horse, that's $70,000. But look who decided to show up again. Where is he? I can hear him. I didn't realize he could appear almost back to back, but it turns out he sure can. Apparently, I had room for some cows. I didn't realize I did. And some sheep. I must have forgot to buy them earlier. And this, for $10,000, is the last thing I can possibly fit into my ground for now, but now we're making more money than ever before somehow. And that's pretty good because look at that money go up and look how much land we have. With $194,000, do you know what we need? That's right, more profit. Profit times 6. Then you guys just keep up the good work. Ladybugs are worth $2,000, by the way. Using all this profit, there's only one thing left to do, and that's make more profit. $320,000 for a 8 times multiplier. That means an individual cherry is now worth $32. It took a few minutes, but we did it. We saved up over $1 million and hit level 38. And look at all these ladybugs. There's one here for $3,000 and one there for $3,000. But since we have the $1 million, we might as well expand the land just a little bit. We're gonna go 2 of those for now because the upgrades are gonna get expensive. A couple lemon trees to start. Probably also a few more of these idiots. I'm not sure how many more I can buy right now. Should have been paying more attention to the price of those. Anyways, here's a cow and a bush for $60,000, then a bush for $20,000. And then whatever these are for $17,000 and pumpkins for $10,000. And that's only one side. Although this side over here is not going to get very nice stuff because I just can't afford it anymore. Look how expensive everything's getting. We can apparently afford more animals. We can fit more animals. We can't really afford any yet. We're not going to get a pig. But look how fast the money's going up. There's another ladybug for $3,000. And look how much stuff there is to harvest. My idiots, I need more idiots. They're not doing it fast enough. Golden horseshoe. Well, it's not going to take me very long at all to make my money back. Why can we fit so many animals? Well, we're making $1,000 probably every second and a half sort of thing. It varies a little bit, but on average, it's going pretty quick. Look at that money skyrocket. All thanks to all these idiots. Anyways, I'm out of things to buy, so